The untold story of the North, what Snow might reveal. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe if you love House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, and deep dives into Westerosi lore. Let's begin. In the frozen waste beyond the wall, far from the Iron Throne, lies a story yet untold. A legacy forged in blood, fire, and ice. While Game of Thrones left many questions unanswered, HBO's upcoming Jon Snow spinoff, simply titled Snow, promises to shine a light on what lies beyond the wall and within the heart of the last true Stark. But what will Snow really reveal? What secrets linger in the North? And how will the series finally give justice to a character who was once the beating heart of Westeros? Music builds, transitioning into the title screen. This is the untold story of the North, what Snow might reveal. The North has always stood apart from the rest of Westeros. Its people are hard, shaped by centuries of bitter cold and blood-soaked history. From the first men to the children of the forest, and later the Starks, the North has been a land of mysticism, honor, and war. But even as the Seven Kingdoms bickered over power, the North looked inward. The wall was not just a physical barrier, it was a spiritual divide. Beyond it lay a world untouched by the laws of man. That world was Jon Snow's new home after Season 8. When he rode beyond the wall in the final moments of the series, many believed it was an exile. But to those who understand the North, it was something much more. It was a return to freedom, to identity, to truth. In Snow, we may finally learn what lies beyond the map's edge. The unexplored North is a character of its own, filled with ruins of lost civilizations, perhaps other tribes of the first men, and possibly other magical relics that even the maesters in Old Town never dared to record. Imagine stumbling upon an ancient temple of the children of the forest, or a lost kingdom swallowed by an eternal blizzard. Jon's journey is no longer political. It's spiritual, existential, mythic. Jon Snow's true identity finally explored. Jon Snow, the bastard of Winterfell, the White Wolf, the 998th Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, and, as we learned, Aegon Targaryen. Yet, in Season 8, that explosive reveal meant almost nothing. Daenerys dismissed it. The Lords of Westeros ignored it, and Jon himself walked away from it. But the spin-off Snow has a chance to fix this. It can unpack Jon's identity in a way the original show never did. Imagine Jon grappling with the blood of dragon lords running through his veins while trying to survive in a land of ice. What does it mean to be a Targaryen in the far north? Can fire live in such a place? Or will it freeze? He may meet descendants of the Night's Watch or free folk who whisper about the king who died and came back, viewing Jon not as a man, but a myth. Could we see him dream of dragons? Could he be called upon to lead once again? Not in politics, but in destiny? Jon's identity wasn't just about who sat on the Iron Throne. It was about who he chose to be once all thrones were gone. Jon may have left Westeros behind, but stories have a way of following the people who live them. And in Snow, old faces might return in surprising ways. Tormund Giantsbane. He rode north with Jon, and their brotherhood is deep. He could be Jon's trusted advisor, or challenge him in ways no king or queen ever did. But what about Arya Stark? Last we saw her, she was sailing west of Westeros. If Arya returns, it may be in a time of desperate need. Could she find herself lost beyond the map, only to meet her half-brother once again? And then, there's Bran, the three-eyed raven, king of Westeros. Their last goodbye was cold and strange. Could Bran reach out to Jon through visions or dreams? Could Jon discover things even Bran didn't know about the wall and what lies beyond? And let's not forget Melisandre's cryptic words before she died. She told Arya, "You will close many eyes. Brown eyes, blue eyes, green eyes." She told Jon, "The Lord of Light brought you back for a reason." What if that reason still hasn't happened? Magic in Game of Thrones was always simmering beneath the surface. The dragons, the resurrection, the wargs, these were hints of a deeper, older world. And nowhere is that magic more potent than in the North. The wall itself was said to be laced with ancient spells. What happens now that its magic is broken? What if something old, something sleeping, is awakening? There are rumors among lore-rich fans of an ice dragon buried in the frost. There are myths of giants still surviving in remote mountain caves. And the children of the forest may not be entirely gone. Snow could introduce us to sacred forests where the weirwoods still whisper, where old gods speak directly to those who listen. Jon, having been raised a Stark and reborn through fire and ice, may be the bridge between worlds. We could see him become not a king of men, but a guardian of the realm in the truest sense. Even in exile, politics never dies. The free folk are not a united people. Without Mance Rayder or the threat of White Walkers, there's no single cause binding them. Jon may find himself caught between rival clans, warlords, and even would-be kings of the far north. Imagine a charismatic chieftain rising among the free folk, challenging Jon's authority, accusing him of being tainted by the South. Or perhaps an envoy from the southern kingdoms arrives with a message, one that forces Jon to reconsider his isolation. What if Sansa, now queen in the north, needs his help? What if the new Westeros has begun to collapse under the weight of corruption and civil war? Jon must decide if he's truly left that world behind, or if duty still calls. Was the Night King truly the last of his kind? His defeat in Season 8 felt rushed, underwhelming. But what if he was merely a symptom of a greater disease? The children of the forest created the White Walkers to fight men. That magic didn't vanish. Could there be another force, dormant, ancient, still waiting in the north? Could the ice itself fight back? Perhaps Snow will explore this. Maybe Jon finds markings in caves, whispering winds, symbols carved into stone that he's seen before, echoes of the long night, not as a myth, but as a cycle. Could Jon face a new threat, not undead, but elemental, one that forces him to understand the nature of balance between fire and ice? At its core, Snow isn't just about world building. It's about character. Jon Snow, Aegon Targaryen, is a man haunted by Ygritte, by Daenerys, by all the brothers he's lost. He carries guilt like armor, and in the silence of the north, he may finally be forced to confront himself. Could we see Jon hallucinate? Speak to visions of those he's lost? Could he find love again? Trust again? Could he forgive himself? This is the most human aspect Snow could offer, a meditation on loss, trauma, and healing. After all, Jon was resurrected, not just to fight, but to live. Now, in the cold and quiet of the unknown, he may finally learn how. Let's be honest, Season 8 divided fans. But Snow offers HBO a rare opportunity. Jon Snow's journey isn't over. In truth, it may just be beginning. Beyond the wall lies not just snow and shadow, but legacy, destiny, and secrets buried in the frost. Snow may finally reveal the untold story of the North, and in doing so, give us the ending we always hoped for. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. What do you think Snow will reveal? And would you follow Jon Snow into the wild north once more?